A motion filed to oust Speaker of the House Mike Johnson failed big time. How lawmakers are reacting to the results of the vote. And one person is dead after a tornado tore through one county in Tennessee. A witness describes seeing the twister.
And a few showers are possible in the short term, but plenty of sun is on the way for Mother's Day. Those details coming up as Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Former President Donald Trump is back in a New York City courtroom today. He faces 34 counts of falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments. CBS's Michael George has the latest from New York.
Former President Trump arrived at court Thursday morning as testimony resumes in his hush money trial. Before entering, he revealed his lawyers just filed what he called a major motion in appellate court.
Concerning the absolutely unconstitutional gag order, where I'm essentially not allowed to talk to you about anything meaningful that's going on in the case, and many good things are going on with the case. It shouldn't have been filed.
Former adult film star Stormy Daniels wrapped up 2 days of testimony Thursday, with Trump's defense team looking for inconsistencies in her story of a sexual encounter with him. While payments to Daniels are part of the prosecution's case, legal experts say the graphic testimony is not relevant and could prejudice the jury.
The point is that she received that hush money payment, and the point is for her to talk about when and where and how she received that payment, but not the details of the alleged sexual encounter here.
Trump's lawyers asked for a mistrial. Judge Juan Merchan denied the motion, but acknowledged some of this would have been better left unsaid. Daniels' testimony is a build-up to another key prosecution witness, Trump's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. He arranged the $130,000 payment to Daniels and later went to prison for orchestrating the payments and other charges.
Hello, everybody.
Trump, who is running for president, has repeatedly said this entire trial is politically motivated. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
A motion to oust House Speaker Mike Johnson failed on Wednesday. Members in the House of Representatives voted overwhelmingly to remove the motion. The vote was 359 to 43, with 7 members voting present. Several other members voted to table the motion. Only 10 Republicans voted alongside Marjorie Taylor Greene, who called the vote. One representative says Greene is creating chaos within the House.
We've been down this road. There is no plan. Marjorie wants to, sow chaos and division within the Republican Party. Someone has to govern. We have the smallest majority in history currently, and this speaker has been put in an untenable situation to try to govern with a 1-seat majority in the House.
The vote was called after frustrations were building about bills recently passed in the House. Greene had been weighing whether or not to pull the trigger since filing a motion in March. A federal appeals court refused to throw out Hunter Biden's federal gun indictment. The move tees up a high-stakes criminal trial next month in Delaware. The president's son had asked the 3rd U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to dismiss the charges. He asked for it to overturn prior decisions from the trial judge that the case should move forward. Instead, the appellate panel rejected Biden's appeal. We are continuing to learn more about Israel's possible invasion of Rafah against the wishes of its closest ally. President Joe Biden told reporters the U.S. will not supply weapons for Israel to attack. Israel warned Palestinians to evacuate due to the looming attack. Officials estimate nearly 79,000 people have left the area since Monday. We will take a closer look at this situation coming up at 5:30.
We are tracking some mainly dry weather on this Thursday afternoon, but a few showers cannot be ruled out as we go into this evening. Up on first alert pinpoint Doppler, some dry weather for most of us, but notice we are tracking a few light showers and a few sprinkles close to I-64 in Rowan County, pushing into parts of Lawrence, also Wayne County, West Virginia at this hour. This is all thanks to a cold front, also an area of low pressure that is spinning close to parts of Indiana, also Ohio. Now, once this system passes, we are tracking some much cooler air by tomorrow and to kick off this weekend. A live look from Rowan County at I-64 from Moorhead. That current temperature up to 72 degrees, so we are warmer on this Thursday. and be sure to enjoy that because some cooler conditions are on the way. Up to 77 for Somerset, 76 in Irvine, also for London, up to 79 for Harlan, and check out Bell County up to 80 over in Middlesboro right now. We are tracking some more mainly dry weather to close out your Thursday. A small chance of a few sprinkles or a light shower, but again, for most we stay dry. Also cool and calm to wake up on your Friday as lows are back in the middle 50s. We stay well below average tomorrow, also to kick off this weekend. More details on that weekend forecast on the way in just a little bit. Steve?
Cameron, thanks. At least one person is dead and another in critical condition in a Tennessee county after a tornado ripped a nearly 2-mile-long path. The tornado destroyed multiple homes and several people were taking shelter. The winds caused power lines to be knocked down, which officials say will likely take months to repair. Brianne Lovett, who survived the tornado, says it was like something you would see in the movie Twister.
I was just on the porch and I just heard it got real still, and I'd never seen that before. And then I started seeing the clouds, and that's when I heard the roar. But my best friend Ashley had called me and said it hit of somebody on 99, and that's when I hollered at everybody to get in the closet. And then the next thing we knew, we heard just seen sky. My house is gone.
At last check, nearly 11,000 homes were still without power in Middle Tennessee as a result of those storms. First responders are also concerned about rising water levels. Some roads have been closed as a result. A West Virginia state trooper is recovering after being stabbed multiple times at a traffic stop. Police said the incident happened in Lincoln County. The suspect, Harmon Davis, was killed by another trooper who witnessed the incident. Trooper T.C. Hurley was taken to a hospital in Huntington for surgery. Police said the surgery was successful and he is in stable condition. State police are investigating the incident. Authorities in Maine are investigating after millions of dollars worth of fentanyl was apparently mailed to the wrong address by mistake. The package contained bags of pills, then another package of pills arrived the next day. Police said combined they contained nearly 30 pounds of the synthetic opioid. The potential street value is up to $2 million. A man was arrested for trying to break into hip-hop star Drake's mansion. The attempt comes not long after there was a shooting outside of Drake's house in which a security guard was seriously hurt. Police say the two incidents are not related. They said the suspect was arrested under the Mental Health Act and taken to a medical center for treatment. Law enforcement agencies have not been able to determine a motive. Eating ultra-processed foods is associated with an early risk of death, according to a 30-year study. But researchers at Harvard report that different foods have different impacts. The study, published in the BMJ Journal, analyzed data from more than 100,000 health professionals. The group eating the most ultra-processed food, with an average of 7 servings a day, had a 4% higher risk of death by any cause. For many farmers across the United States, every day can impact mental health. From unpredictable weather to unpredictable farm prices, they face many challenges. During this Mental Health Awareness Month, CBS's John Lauritsen talks with a Minnesota farmer about his lowest point and the resources that helped him get back on track.
The work ethic, you don't quit till the job's done. It's just a way of life.
It's a mindset that was instilled in Thomas Duden at a young age. His wife, Kristen, also grew up putting the farm before everything else. But that mindset can also lead to a fear of failure.
We don't want to be the ones that lose Grandpa's farm.
7 years ago, Thomas says things got so bad that he went into a deep depression and made plans to kill himself.
The thought behind it was, she can collect the life insurance and pull the farm out of the hole that we're in. It was a dark time.
But just before he followed through on that plan, Kristen reached out.
The text message, word for word, it said, "Where are you?"
It made him stop and think, and then confess to his wife that he needed help, a crucial first step.
I was pretty upset or hysterical that morning. They told me, for one, I'm pregnant, and my child's not going to have a father.
Getting farmers to take that first step also means making them aware of the resources they have for getting help.
People want to talk to somebody who's going to understand their problems.
Emily Kreckelberg is with University of Minnesota Extension, and a big part of her job is making sure farmers have the mental health resources they need.
In Minnesota, we have rural mental health specialists to work with farmers. They're available for free.
For Thomas and Kristen, talking with a counselor helped them work through their personal and financial problems.
You know, we talk a lot more. You know, we both acknowledge each other's situations that are going on around the farm.
It's made their family that much stronger. John Lordson, CBS News, Princeton, Minnesota.
If you or someone you know could use someone to talk to, you can always call 988 day or night to talk to a real person who is trained to help. Coming up on First at 4, the spring semester is now over for many college students, and many students are entering the workforce. Some tips on how to manage debt.
And a few sprinkles are possible this evening, but some cooler and drier air is on the way. Those details coming up.